Not only is Netflix's Bird Box being recognized for its all-star cast, which includes Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson, and its ability to terrify audiences, but it also gaining attention for generating hilarious jokes and memes. The post-apocalyptic film stars Bullock, 54, as a woman named Malorie who, along with her 2 children, comes face-to-face with an entity that takes the form of people's worst fears and drives them mad upon looking at it. To reach safety, Malorie and her kids must escape the evil that chases them and complete the trip blindfolded. While the premise of the film might not sound like it would make for the most light-hearted comedic material, it still inspired plenty of playful commentary from audiences on social media. Those watching the thriller can take some reprieve from sitting on the edge of their seats by reading on for an explanation of the funniest jokes made about the film. There was no shortage of material that came from the fact that not everyone in Bird Box, including Malorie and her children, needed to be blindfolded while they were outside in order to not be killed by the entity. While some joked on Twitter that they fashioned their bangs to be a blindfold after watching the movie, others compared their kids' unwillingness to clean up their toys to the young children in the movie who are walking around with blindfolds on. Whenever someone did end up opening their eyes in the movie, the entity knew right away, and one Twitter user shared a funny video of what they imagined the entity looked like while waiting to attack. People on Twitter also made jokes about how the film made it clear that danger was near when the birds started chirping madly and when the wind started swirling. In the beginning of the film, Bullock's Malorie is pregnant and finds safety from the entity by entering the home of a stranger named Douglas, played by John Malkovich, along with several other survivors. When supplies run short, Malorie volunteers to go on a short trip to the grocery store, which is no easy task considering they have to cover every window in the car in order not to see the entity. Malorie's love interest Tom, played by Moonlight actor Trevante Rhodes, takes the wheel for the dangerous trip, and one Twitter user compared the moment to the infamous Keeping Up with the Kardashians scene in which Khloe Kardashian is involved in a car accident in Montana. Not long after the grocery store trip, Machine Gun Kelly's character Felix and his love interest Lucy, played by Rosa Salazar, steal the group's only car and drive off. Since the pair don't reappear in the remainder of the movie, one Twitter user joked that the characters would respond with the lyrics to September's Cry for You. After Tom Hollander entered the house playing a crazed man named Gary, some people on Twitter shared their disbelief about how he ends up being the downfall of all of the survivors in the house except for Malorie, her children and Tom. Some called attention to the fact that Douglas, who never wanted to let Gary into the house, was right from the beginning. Others joked about the fate of the character Olympia, played by Dumpling's Danielle MacDonald, who is the birth mother of the girl Malorie raises, since she was the one who let Gary into the house. Following her time in the house, Bullock's Malorie embarks on a blindfolded journey with her son and Olympia's daughter, who she raises as her own, to reach a sanctuary she heard about over the radio, and it inspired a variety of memes. At one point, Malorie says that one of the children will have to open their eyes and likely die in order for them to survive the rapid river they're traveling across to reach the sanctuary. Though both of the children volunteer, Malorie states she will be the one who chooses who has to look. Malorie ultimately ends up saying no one is going to look, and that they'll take on the river blindfolded, which had a lot of Twitter users in their feelings. The fact that Malorie managed to row along a raging river for 42 hours by herself provided some funny material, with one Twitter user referencing to the photoshopped picture of Kim Kardashian with jacked arms to how Malorie must have felt. When they reach the sanctuary safely, Malorie reveals to the boy and girl that she is their mother. She names the boy after Tom, who died protecting them, and names the girl after her birth mother, Olympia. At the end of the movie, it's revealed that the School of the Blind was the sanctuary since the students there could not see the entity and were therefore immune to its dangers. Blind people living carefree, while the demons killing everyone else, one Twitter user wrote in response. Some Twitter users were outraged after Bullock was referenced in a tweet simply as the lady from Bird Box. The disrespect is unreal right now, one user wrote of the Oscar winner, while another said, it's Sandra Bullock. A legend. Bird Box is now streaming on Netflix.